Yo guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're not already subscribed to Off the Cameras Boxing, like the video, do all that great stuff. Okay, in this video I'll be talking about the Gefrard Junior fight. Okay, we'll be breaking it down. Not I wouldn't say round for round, but we'll be breaking it down. How I saw it, his strengths, his weaknesses, etc., and also his next opponents. Okay, and how I see those fights going. So, if you like the video, subscribe, like, or do all that great stuff. Okay, let's get cracking. Boom. Gefrard Junior was supposed to fight Callum Johnson. That fight pulled out a couple of weeks ago because Callum Johnson tested COVID, so they put in this last minute opponent called Stevie G. Steven Gerrard, okay, but we call him Stevie G for now, okay. Personally, I think that after watching this fight, I think that Craig, if Craig got in that ring with him, I think Craig could have beat him. That's just in my opinion, in my own humble opinion. I think Craig probably could have beat him. Okay, but when it comes to the fight, round one was quite of a slower round, very slow round, but it kind of picked up from round two to round three, where Gefrard Junior applied the pressure. He just kind of just went for it a little bit more, and then I think towards the back end of round three, it was a continuation of a flurry of punches, but he didn't finish him. He just slightly hurt him, and I don't know whether it's a problem with Gefrard Junior's power or the durability of Stevie G. Okay, Stevie G was, to be fair, he was hanging in there for dear life. I have to give him credit to him, because he could have been out of there from round three, round four, but he just carried on and persisted. So moving swiftly on, I think towards the middle of the round, yeah, Stevie G had a bit more. He had a bit more flurry of punches, a bit more shot combinations, but at the same time, I weren't really impressed with him either. Gefrard Junior carried on applying the pressure. What I found was that he's a very simple fighter, very basic fighter. Good jab, good 1-2, good hooks through sort of tight angles. But he has glaring weaknesses. He has very much glaring weaknesses. His footwork is, to be desired. Sometimes he crosses his legs when he's in the ring. When he's striking, he's half decent on the defense or on the back foot. He leaves himself really wide open. Even Stevie G was getting a couple of shots in between those exchanges. So I think that Gefrard Junior has got a lot to work on with regards to his defensive capabilities. But me specifically on it towards the later of the fight, towards the round 7, 8, I just think that, you know what, this fight's ended very soon. Just watching that, I was like, this guy, like the fight, you know what, it was just going gradually downhill for Stevie G. And round 9, said that round 9, Stevie G got hit and with a good hook by Gefrard Junior, and he just, like he said, you know what, forget it, man. He dropped, he dropped to the floor, and then the referee was counted, and he said, no mass, man, I can't take this no more, yeah. And he let the count just run its course. So good knockout by Gefrard Junior, but the opponent kind of quit on himself. He didn't fully get knocked out, where he personally couldn't get up. The corner team were about to throw in the towel at the same time, but yeah, the ref just counted it out. So it is what it is. Okay. Gefrard Junior wants to fight the likes of Beterbiev next. Good shout. Very good shout. So who do I think will win between him and Beterbiev? I think Beterbiev will punch lumps into this guy. Not gonna lie. Really believe that Beterbiev would really hurt this guy. That's just my humble opinion. And I understand the mindset that where he's saying that I want to fight Beterbiev and then Bivol and then Canelo, kind of become undisputed and then fight Canelo. Because to be fair, from looking at him, from the way he was speaking, I didn't get the impression that he thought he could beat Canelo. I didn't get the impression that, because I think that if he could have beaten Canelo, or if he thought that he could beat Canelo, I think that he probably would have said his fight Canelo next, if that makes sense. But from what I'm seeing is just he didn't seem he was overconfident in his ability to beat Canelo Alvarez, but Beterbiev and then Bivol and then Canelo was kind of his role. But he's got a mandatory challenger against Anthony Yard. Now, how do I see that fight going? I think Anthony Yard could smack this guy. Bruv, when I'm looking at this guy, I think Anthony Yard will slump this guy. Not gonna lie. That's just in my humble opinion. Defensively wide open, bro. Wide open. Yeah, and I think Anthony Yard, particularly in his last camp with his, his preparation for the Linden fight and analysing the weaknesses, see what shots that he can kind of defend against them instead of blocking the shots, let's parry it. Instead of parrying it, let's slip those shots. If he worked on the right defensive techniques, plus he kind of studied, him and Tunde worked together studying Joseph Jr. because Joseph Jr. is a very basic level opponent, so what you see is what you get, if that makes sense. So if you study correctly and you train on it, there is no reason why you shouldn't win this fight. So I have full confidence in Anthony to beat this guy. Now, when it comes to, I think all of us, not all of us, but I think Anthony Yard, Lyndon Arthur, Joshua Buatsi, I think all three of them can beat Joseph Jr. at this current stage. Who else could beat Joseph Jr.? Other than those three, the rest of them are a little bit more untested at that kind of level. Even Buatsi, to be fair, is untested, but I think Buatsi, when watching the fights that he does get in, I have full confidence that he can definitely win against Joseph Jr. No, I have no qualms about that, to be fair. So, but yeah, it's been a great night boxing. Thank you very much for watching this video. We are gonna go live, to be fair, around 6 o'clock today. Let's do that. 6 o'clock today. We're gonna go live. So subscribe to Off the Canvas Boxing. Post notifications so when I do go live, you get notified. Thank you for watching this video. Peace and prosperity. I'm gonna see you guys in a bit. Peace.